I think that we can all agree that this clip is beautiful and it's pretty, but can any of you really tell me what the hell is going on here? I love Gear 5 as a transformation. I appreciate the fact that Oda didn't follow the traditional shonen route of making the ultimate form a rage monster. Simply, it's different, and I appreciate it for what it is. But what I don't appreciate is how in some scenes, I don't know what the fuck is going on, quite frankly. Now, in order to get to the bottom of when this kind of animation started, we need to go all the way back to chapter 1044, which was released in March 2022. And quite frankly, it changed One Piece as we know it. After his fight with Kaido and everybody thinking our favorite protagonist was dead, our pirate king was gone, he rose from the ashes. The man went from Brazilian to Caucasian in the blink of an eye, just like that. And whilst there was a lot of haters, it was generally high regarded. Now if we go back even further to July 7, 2019, we see the beginning of the Wano arc in the anime. This arc features an all new art style, better animation, and even better pacing. Gotcha. The pacing still fucking sucks. But the art. It's beautiful. The series received a new director beginning in Wano. That, coupled with the greatly received art style of the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie that came out, it brought upon this massive change. And first and foremost, before all the negatives, I want to give its flowers. And especially if you were a weekly watcher coming off all those Dressrosa stinkers, you couldn't believe your fucking eyes. And the way that they were hyping it up with the trailers and everything, you would think that this shit was a seasonal anime. Luckily, I stopped watching the anime mid Dressrosa because I actually caught up, so I didn't have anything else to watch. But I saw that new art and I thought, bro, Toei's in they bag, I gotta see what they cooking. And cook is what they definitely did. I was watching the anime weekly religiously. I did take a break because it was kind of slow and I knew what was already happening. But I did come back right when Gear 5 was animated. And I did enjoy almost everything. For the most part, it was animated well, the art looked beautiful, absolute cinema. But there was also a fair share of doo-doo animation. And of course, me being the hater I am, I'm gonna show you all those clips. And before I show you those, let's take a look at all the ambitious clips that they got right. And I say ambitious because being tasked to draw Luffy do the fucking shit that he was doing, bruh, I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. We see Luffy getting chased by Kaido, and he picks up the ground and throws it at him. All smooth. I can tell what's happening. Then Luffy does this spring launch plane thing and literally punches Kaido in the head. Like, punches him in the head, like inside of his head. Solid pops of the rainbow flare they're loving to do right now. Good, beautiful. Now for the next clip, this one is really showcasing Luffy's speed. And with speed in TV shows and anime, it's really easy to get lost in the sauce and end up doing too much. We start with Luffy launching a fucking lightning bolt at Kaido. Jesus Christ, bro, that is just a crazy sentence to be saying. Luffy then, actually, I don't know what he's doing here. But if I knew, I could tell you if that makes sense. Like, it's clear what, all right, look, he's whooping his ass, all right? Is that good enough? Even got that tasteful rainbow pop that they're loving so much. Luffy charges and gets flung back, but he spins across the entire fucking island, kicks the shit out of him, and slams him again. All animated very fast, and that one bit where Luffy slams Kaido and is swinging him and twirling him around, it gets a little shaky right there. It was never to the point where I didn't know what was going on. Those were the good ones. And for the Kaido fight specifically, there's way more good than bad. But speaking of bad, on to the clips that prompted this video to be made. Alright, so this clip genuinely makes me motion sick. Like, what the actual fuck is happening here? I couldn't even commentate over it because I just couldn't tell you what's happening. It's just a whole bunch of unnecessary nothing. His eyes popping out, then immediately cut to Kaido, then the immediate cut back to Luffy is just, why? This combined with the part where he struggles to pick up the ground, this just feels like manufactured speed. The camera's just cutting really fast back and forth while they throw a lot of stuff on the screen. It's bad eats. And this particular 12 seconds of him trying to pick up the ground is just like, what the fuck am I looking at? I can't even describe it to you. Watching it felt like that one gif of watching this shit felt like that one gif of Electro, bruh. I had another clip lined up from Luffy versus Kaido, but I didn't want to keep harping on it because this problem does exist outside of just Luffy versus Kaido. This next clip is from Luffy versus Kizaru. This whole exchange felt like I dropped a tab of acid and turned on One Piece. Off rip, we get Pride Month Kizaru shadow clones. Then they're fighting in this cloud thing. And this is pretty cool. And then the clones join in and Luffy's surfing? What is this nigga doing? He gets cut by something, then does a very, very, very pretty Dawn Whip and clears it all out. Now this clip got praised crazy on Twitter and everything, and it's not bad by any means, but there is so much going on. Why is there so many rainbows? Remember how I brought up the tasteful rainbow pops in the Luffy versus Kaido? This shit ain't tasteful, bruh. What is this gumball ass cloud sequence they got going on here? I don't know, man. It just feels like Toei is just dropping pretty colors in our face and we're just expected to like it. It's like they're jingling keys in front of a baby. Honestly, I might start calling this shit lobotomy piece, cause that's what the fuck it feels like. Some of it just kind of puts me in the mind of the bad animation in Naruto versus Pain. Some of it, not all of it, don't get on my ass, bro. It's not that bad at all. I think an anime that does this type of animation very well is Mob Psycho 100. A lot of the fights are comparable to Gear 5 in the what the fuck is happening, but I think what Mob Psycho does differently is that there's a lot going on, but it's not cluttered, and it's going really, really, really fast, but it's not cluttered. And we could chalk this up to a bunch of different things, like Oda having the nerve to ask these niggas to animate some shit like this. But honestly, I'll just leave it up to One Piece's weekly, so there's bound to be some lows with all the highs. What they really need to do is fix that janky ass 1998 sound design they got, cause that shit is just bad. Maybe the sound effects are just making all these clips way worse than they are. Just look at how many other videos there is on YouTube about redesigning One Piece's sound. And somebody redesigned the Luffy versus Kizaru clip that I put in the video. And I'm gonna play a brief clip from it and tell me it doesn't sound better. Look at that, bro. That sounds way better. Consider my case rested. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like and subscribe. For any returning viewers that wondered why I turned the camera on, I just didn't feel like finding different stock images every 2 seconds. So instead of looking at those, I figured I'd make y'all look at my beautiful fucking face. I don't know if it'll stay. Unless it's that much easier, I don't know. Just trying something out. Anyway, see y'all on the next one. Finger guns, 2025, finger guns, haha. Oh my god, I'm fucking... This is what watching Gear 5 does to you.